Hi there and welcome. This is a fast and fun project with Kate this afternoon because I'm in my nest. It's Saturday afternoon, the sun is shining. There's no better time than to feel like I've actually got somewhere this morning and now I can sit and play. So, if you're in that sort of mood, or even if you're not, maybe you need something to cheer you up. Um, I'm hoping for a few laughs here because I had planned to make some other things, and I just felt a little rebellious. So, this is going to be a continuation of um, all the things that I make for Fast and Fun. I was going to show you all my cupcake pin cushions and whatever, but I'm just going to get straight to it. So, and maybe you can guess what I'm going to make. I have a scrap of wool blanket. I feel like using my pink scissors. So it's not a pouch, but it's going to use some very favourite things as well as be as an experiment. Okay, here we go. I couldn't resist ordering some fabric that I saw Beck from So Be Created show on her YouTube channel. I have made some quilts, but I'm not a machine quilter, and I think I've told you before, but just in case you're new, my mum is an astoundingly wonderful machine quilter. She has collected quilting fabric all her life, and I have therefore, first of all, felt no need to create quilts because she has gifted me so many in her life. Made them for me, made them for my children, and when you're in the presence of greatness, I didn't really think much about it. But lately I have been meeting a lot of quilters, and I just love the energy of quilters, and going to Beck's shop just inspired me, and I'm making quilts out of vintage bits and fabric now. But today, so that's what encouraged me to buy this quilting fabric from Beck just the other day. And what attracted me to it was, where's my little bag gone? Oh, I was going to work on this afternoon, part of my wearables, and I feel like I've got some bits now to complete this little bag that I've worn and love, but as my work often does, it's never complete. It just keeps growing and growing. So I was working on that, then thinking about the bunnies, and thinking how much I love now being able to purchase things that have something realistic on it. So this is what I'm doing. I don't measure, I just use my eye. And I am using this fabric. Did I tell you I think it's Heather Ross? I suppose I'm looking at quilting materials, as I said before, because there's plenty of them around, and I think that could be more sustainable as we go forward. So this is new quilting material that I will use for a while. So we could be making anything. This could be a block for a quilt, but it's going to be something else for me. So I have some variegated wool. Pin it. So I want the white the cream of the blanket to show out actually, so I might just even snip a little bit. So I hope you are well and doing something alongside me. So many of you have said that that's what you do with me. Turn the video on. Some of you go to sleep. Some of you do completely different things. But it's just the being together, I think. That is the lovely thing about this. Okay, so back to where I was. Shall I check that? I didn't check my memory. Gosh, I hope it should be fine. Isn't that so cute? I just love the hot pink. I feel like now I've got to find, I actually got all my shirts that I'm going to upcycle out to find which one this would look the best on at the moment, and I felt actually none of them were quite right. So that's a new mission, to find a thrift, but also that this piece deserved her own place of standing out. Oop. So I may as well tell you about my perfect day. I haven't left the house after a busy week. I have, done some domestics, as we all have to, and then I've spent the morning fiddling around, making things work a little bit more efficiently for me. My son has moved back to the city after a few days here in between rentals. That's just how it is at the moment. In terms of rentals, I love having him home, but it does mean I can sort of expand again, and every time I get a little bit further ahead. So we're going as far as this will let us. Just getting used to my tension. It's not the most thrilling stitching, but look how easy it is and how effective it can be when you combine different textures. I have a couple of ideas. So we'll just go around here and then see what might be the idea that gets tried out first. Are you reading my mind yet to work out what she's going to be? Certainly something I can use in the studio on my nest here, and also when I go out to the main room to watch Netflix of an evening with my husband. We did start watching some Eurovision last night, but I think I was so tired that it didn't hold my attention like it usually does. But we will see. Okay, so this has nearly got me around here, which is handy. There we go, and we'll just go under here. Doesn't that even look just so effective on that variegated wool on the cream blanket? Yummy, yummy. I even organised my diary today, and I've recreated a project section so that I can, for the next 2 weeks before I leave, I can, get up, brainstorm, and get straight into my projects and mark them off. Okay, next idea. Where's it gone? Oh, over here. This is my thread bag that I used yesterday, and still packed with goodies. Now this is black. Well, of course you can see it's black, but thinner. I'm going to try starting on the bottom where Horsey is standing, just so I can work out whether I can do this or not. Now I have to remember how to do it. Yep, I've been practicing my sort of stemmy stitch. And I never can remember whether I start from the bottom or the top. And the good thing is you can't see it because it's black. So if I make a wrong stitch, so I'm just going to add some texture here. I'm going to go over here, even though I haven't finished that line. It's a bit like, have I told you how my husband mows? He doesn't like doing just back and forth, so he creates patterns, and I often look out and it's just beautiful. Like, not, I'd say it's organic mowing, and I'm a bit the same, so that's why we're a great match here with my stitching. He always gets every little bit. It makes it more interesting for him. Let's go over there. Okay, so there we are. Now this is the big step forward. I'm going to see if I can go up there with the black. How bold would that be? I've never outlined an animal. I've never outlined anything except my my crazy teapots. I'm going to do it with you though. Will I regret it? I could. I've forgotten. Brain dead. Do I go there or up there? We'll find out. I'm gradually getting down here. So we'll go faster and try this way. See? You know what happens to me when I go faster. Okay, let's do it that way. Go back into the stitch. Yes, that's what I meant to do. Okay, I've already made some decisions. I was going to see if I could go all the way around there and then put stuffing just up to there. Let's just have a little try. To raise the horsey. But I'm realizing that those legs would be very hard. So I'm not going to do that, but I will have fun embroidering the horse. So now I'm going to reveal what my whole big plan is. This is going to become a big, square, happy pincushion. I saw Jane from Jane and the Pintucks had one of these, and I thought, I've never done a big square pincushion. And yes, it will take up a lot of space, but how beautiful to have that plonked. It's probably the biggest pincushion that I've seen. But hers had pins all over it, and I thought I could make a pattern around the side and not let them go on her, but make French knots and have fun with some cantha. So that's made me really excited because now I know what I'm doing. So we can scoot down here. Looks like fairy floss, and I can tell you, just keep chatting. I won't do it all the way around, but now that I've sorted this stitch out, I'm quite excited because now that I know this stitch, I can start to try and do letters and words, which is what I'd really like to do more of. And after my failed attempt at actually cutting my own swan out, I thought maybe I just need to find some fabric with swans on it. So if you know of any, I'm actually looking, for some direction. I need big florals that I can use on my wearables, and yeah, swans. So if you know where to, find those, I'm always looking in thrift stores, but it may be that isn't quite going to be the place that I... Oh, look at that. I think that's the best line of stitching I've ever done, and I don't mean to boast. I'm just sharing that joy with you. Oh my gosh. Now, but here's the problem. How do I do that stitch again? Oh, danger. Right on the mouth as well. Oh dear. How about I go to there? Maybe in there. Oh, I'm going to stop there. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't want to give her a beard though. I might have to redo that because I lost my way of going around the corner. Yep, I have to pull that out. The lovely Virginia says, small steps, Kate, and that's right. Oh gosh. But I'm not patient, so I'll just clip that. Somehow it'll come out. It looks like he had a really long whisker. Or she, sorry. Okay, there we go. That's better. I mean, maybe I just do some lines like it's a shadow. Lovely, lovely. Okay. So now I want to put the pin cushion together, and I mean, have you got time to do that with me? Then we can stuff it, and actually what I'll do is, for the first time, I will turn the camera off and I'll come back in a little while. Okay, I'm back. And if I was like everybody else, I would have done so much work since I turned the camera off. But really, I just checked that I still had enough phone battery, because I'm not going to get it all done. But I have made some big decisions. I did some stitching up here, and I love that effect. So I'm going to keep this as a separate piece and embroider. But over here, I have found a little bit of a horsey left from the fabric, because I only bought a tiny bit because I didn't know how I would go. And I've threaded up some of this fluoro wool from Little Woolly Makes, and I have decided that this is going to be a double-sided square pin cushion, and I am going to actually take more time than I originally intended, just to make it a little bit more fantastical. And I don't know whether that's a word, but you'll know what I mean by that. So I suppose it's fair enough, because it's a bigger pin cushion, isn't it, than a cupcake. But I'm playing. That's what I am doing, and that's what we want to do in our in all of this. Have fun. So purposeful. She's not going to go on the wall. She's going to live here, and she might be big enough that the thing that I'm going to do different, I've just been looking up, actually, I did some research. I've got I always use that in a recycled vintage, it's not vintage, okay, it's thrifted cushion cover. The stuffing out of that. But I feel like this one I'd like to be heavier. And so I've decided, so that's puckering there, but that's not going to worry me because I didn't stitch this one down deliberately because I want to do a different effect on this side. A lot more mark making and just learn about the feel of different threads on this new quilting fabric. Okay, so back to, let's just do one more around there. I found another needle, which I will need a threader for. How organised am I? I've got a threader there. That is more suited for quilting, I think it was said, and I happen to have one, but I don't think I can thread it by myself, so I'm just going to go in here. Oh gosh, this is squished. See, sometimes it's harder to learn how to get the thread through there. Sorry, I shouldn't have done all that, but anyway. I'm racing the clock. Don't want it to get dark again like it did the other day. Okay. Let's put that one out to smile at while I'm just doing this. I think it's because, I'm just going to tell you, because this is long enough for a fast and fun. I'm going to running stitch around there. I'm going to do French knots all over there, and I'm going to make patterns up here, and there may even be another scrap of a horse that comes to join. Not sure. So a collage, and that way I won't get bored which side of my pin cushion is, and I never told you what I was going to put inside. I just realized. Da-da-da-da. Rice. I haven't got any walnut shell, but I was reading that you can put rice in, and I know some people don't like it, but I'm going to give it a try, and as well as the stuffing. So we will have a two-sided pin cushion, happy pink that makes my heart sing. And could Miffy come? No, if I had my pink Miffy, who knows? I will show you one of these days when I'm doing a different video when she's finished. This will be my little afternoon project. But for now, she's not done yet. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that makes you smile. Kate in the Nest is going to stay in the nest and stitch and stitch. Until next time, bye.